What's going on, YouTube? This is Zach with Rider Reviews back again. Today we're having a look at the Gi2 mod, originally by Grand Innovations. This is a clone of that one. Let's dive down and take a look. And we're back. Today we're looking at the Gi2 mod by originally by Grand Innovations, recently just cloned, and this is one of the first models of that to come here to the States. It's a neat little 100-watt box mod. With all of the new box mods coming out, this is certainly a different take on the approach compared to the Sigeli 100-watt and the IPv3. It's a little more high-tech. It's got a full-color LCD screen here that we'll take a look a little further at when we go down and take a look at all of the functions up close of the device. And it gives you a lot of information to take into consideration, which I like that. It's a good feature to have, and it tells you a lot about your vaping style and habits. Now, of course, because there's so much information in that, there's a steep learning curve to the entire mod here. It's honestly more like a cell phone than just your standard box mod that we've had over the past couple of months here. The form factor of this mod here, very, very nice. It fits pretty comfortably into my hand. It's only slightly bigger than say the Hannah mod. About like 1/4 of an inch taller, 1/8 of an inch thicker, but it offers 100 watts of power and can hold two 18650 batteries, which as far as I'm concerned, for a 100-watt box mod, that is imperative. If you're going to be vaping with one battery, you cannot go that high and expect to have any sort of battery life whatsoever. Here, let's take a look. As you can see, it chucks the vapor. We're talking 100 watts here. This puppy is powerful. Now, a couple of specs for it. It accepts resistances from a max of 3 ohms down to all the way, I think the limit is 0.15. I currently have about a 0.2 ohm build here, and I'll tell you why in a second, because there are a few limitations to what you get here. As far as voltage that it allows you to output at, it has step-down technology to 1 volt. So you can use a range of atomizers on there, and even still vape in that lower wattage territory. Max voltage, and this is where I take a little bit of issue with, only goes up to 5.5 volts. So because of that, if you want to get the full 100-watt capacity that's offered here, you're basically going to have to build a super sub-ohm build in your atomizer. I personally, I'm fine with that. I've used a lot of mechanical mods and things like that, so that kind of limitation is something that I'm used to. but they could have stepped it up a little bit more there. That being said, 5.5 volts to get that 100 watts. Let's see, somewhere right around like 0.3 ohms would have to be where you're shooting for. Then let's see. It can handle the current of those lower ohm builds as well. Max current of 25 amps. So obviously, because of that, I can only recommend your Sony VTC series batteries that have that 30 amp continuous rating on there. Let's see, what else here? We're going to go over the display because that is something else, honestly. I've never seen anything like it before in a vaping device like this. Again, like I said, it reminds me of a cell phone from 2005 or 2006. Just a big brick of a thing. Another thing here, move the power changes in 1 watt increments, so you can go down to 10 watts all the way up to 100, as I said, and you move in increments of 1 watt. The buttons on here, I could have gone with a little bit more clicky, bigger buttons. They're not terrible. From what I've seen about the original Gi2, these buttons are an improvement on that. They're stainless steel, as is the rest of the casing here, and they don't feel like you can fire them very easily without intentionally pressing them. It has 4 buttons on it, as you can see. 2 buttons on the side there. You got your fire button and what's labeled as the menu button. And then on the front you got 2 more, which is your up and your down, to control your wattage and any other options that you're changing on the device. The device itself is actually variable wattage and variable voltage, which honestly just adds to the learning curve, but is helpful at times. I've found myself using both. They both give their own unique advantages and disadvantages. Let me have a vape here quick and we'll dive down and take a look at it up close. And here we are up close with the Gi2. As you can see here, nice little handheld, a little bit wide in the back. Again, like I said, it even looks sort of like a cell phone from the mid-2000s or something like that. Now, let's fire up the screen here. As you can see, let's go a little closer up with that. It has a pretty complicated screen to it. There's a lot of things going on. Let's see if I can point everything out here. Right now we are in variable voltage mode, which is the standard for when you start up this device. And then, of course, here you have your current voltage displayed, and neat little picture of a coil here. Not entirely sure if that's anything other than decorative, but looks pretty neat. Then under that, you have the power that you're currently working at. I have it set to 100 watts. you have your resistance, which is displayed, and I like this a lot, in the hundredths place. So your resistance can be measured more exactly, and you can get a more accurate vape from your variable wattage device here. And then under that, you have the current that the batteries are running at that voltage, at that power, with that resistance. Now, under that, in the next line of features here, you have a little clock that every time you press the fire button, it records how long you held down the fire button and therefore took a vape for. Interesting information, not incredibly useful, but it's there. And then next to that, you have your battery, which gives you a display of a display of how much capacity is left in the two batteries that you have in there. So full charge would be 8.4 volts, 4.2 per battery, divided by 2, multiplied by 2, and has a little image here of your battery that when you get low, it begins to flash and tells you that you should change or recharge your batteries. In the last line here, you have kind of a menu feature, and that's accessible via the menu button that I pointed out before. Basically, it's 4 pieces of information for you. First one here is a picture of a lock. It's your locking setting. Big surprise there. Next one is like a picture of a wrench. That is your options category. Next to that is what's called the notebook. In there, it has some information as far as things that are displayed on the device that would be pertinent to know. And finally, a question mark, which is the information about the device, such as serial number, the model, things like that. Basically, it's your about section. Now, like I said, this is in variable voltage mode. To change to variable wattage, you press your menu button here, and you press your minus button at the same time. You press that, and as you can see, it changes to variable wattage mode. And now, instead of your power, it's displaying the voltage that the device is firing at to get the final wattage here. Now, from here, if you want to change back to variable voltage, menu button again, and the plus button. You press that, and you come back to variable voltage. Now, a neat little thing about this device, I'll show you in a second, it actually comes with a mini SD card to store all the information that is being held by this very comprehensive screen here. And one of the features that unfortunately I have not been able to completely explore and figure out, but it's there, is a screensaver function. You go back into your variable wattage mode, and if you press menu and minus again, it loads up a picture that you can load to your mini SD card that is inside the device. I don't have one at the moment, but you can do it. And then to go back to variable wattage mode, again, menu minus button. Now, to access these bottom functions here, you use your menu button again, and you hold it in, and then a little kind of selector box goes over each icon here. And then to select it, you press the fire button above the menu button. So let's press the lock, and it's locked. To unlock, you press the menu and fire button simultaneously. Let's go to options, hold down the menu, and to move across the menu, you use the plus and minus keys. Press the fire button to select, and now what we have here is a brightness adjustment. To change that, use your plus and minus buttons. So low brightness, high brightness. To move down, you press the fire button. Smoke time is basically the limit that the device will put on how long you can hold the fire button. So right now it's set to 5 seconds. You can move it lower, down to 3 seconds, or higher, up to 10. I have mine set to 5 here. That's plenty enough for me. You can set the initial voltage for the device when it loads up, and then same thing for the wattage. And that's the settings section. Press the menu button to go back to the main screen. Let's look at the notebook. Again, hold the menu button, go over to this green one here, press fire, and you have a list of the acronyms that this device uses. ANP, OCP, all of that stuff, and the system units. Press menu again, hold it, and let's look at the final button here, the About Us, Grand Innovations, Model Gi2, manufacture date, all of this stuff is in this section. Press menu button to go out of that. Now let's have a look inside the device, shall we? First of all, how about we look at the 510 connection that we have on here. I'll screw off my atomizer. It's a nice little flush connection here. One thing that I really like about it is the 510 connection is floating, so it'll fit all of your atomizers on there. Okay, that's the 510 connection. Here, let's pop off this sliding back here, which that's a very neat feature. I like that. Easy to take it off since there's no USB charging. I have 2 batteries in there, 2 Sony VTC5s. Let's take those out so we can have a look at what we have in there. Neat little compartment here, very clean. You can see some of the chip functionality and stuff like that. No real wires to look at or anything like that, honestly. And this right here is what I was talking about before. That is the micro SD card. You push it in and it pops out just like that, and you have your little chip here, and that comes with the device. And again, like I said, that can hold your screensavers, holds your settings, makes the device generally run faster. Okay, and then you just pop your batteries back in, just like that. When you pop the batteries in for the first time, after a charge or whatever, let me get this on here. The device goes into power standby. As you can see here, you hold the fire button, and it loads up. Fire button again, and you're at your main screen. Okay, let's go back out to the main screen, and we'll talk about it for a little bit. Okay, and we're back. Let's share some final thoughts on the Gi2 here. Basically, 100 watts of power. That's great. That's the direction that these regulated mods are heading in now. Getting more and more powerful every month. This one right here, the Gi2, right now is probably the most technologically advanced regulated device available en masse on the market. There's really nothing else out there that has as much information available to you and as much customization as this offers of any of your standard regulated mods. Now, how does it compare to, say, the IPv3, the Sigeli 100 watt? That is completely up to what you're expecting out of your device. That extra technology that's in the Gi2, that really shines when you are looking to get very accurate results with your wattage and your power. Use a lot of different atomizers at different resistances, things of that nature. The Gi2 can handle a lot more of a variety of atomizers than, say, the IPv3 can, because of how it reads your resistance and things like that. Some things that are actually upgraded in this model compared to the original, the body on here is all stainless steel. It's going to come in a couple of different colors, black, silver, blue, and red, I believe are the four. The buttons on here are improved, changed to stainless steel. It turns on faster and has the micro SD card included. The original one actually tended to scratch more easily because of the material it was made out of. Like I said, this one's made out of stainless steel, so it's going to be less prone to scratching. So those are some definite benefits of the clone versus the original. They've had a little bit of time to improve on the original design, and it's shown. Here, let me take a puff quick. Very nice. Let's go over some pros and cons for this device. Okay, pros. 100 watts. How can you even ignore that? That's huge. It's slowly becoming the industry standard. I shouldn't say slowly. It's very quickly becoming the industry standard. It has the full color display. The amount of technology that's in this thing is incredible for a regulated vaping device. It's small. It fits very nicely in my hand here. Reminds me very much of the Hana mods in terms of its size. Let's see, the slide-off back is very nice as well. You don't have to constantly fiddle and fuss with screws in there, which would be an instant turn-off for me. Finally, it has the step-down technology on there, so you're not limited based on the build that you have your atomizer at, and the charge still left in your batteries. Now, there are some cons. One, and this is made instantly apparent as soon as you turn on the device, there's a bit of a learning curve to this. That technology is a blessing and a curse. If you're not used to this kind of device and all of the kind of things that it can do and the various terminologies and stuff like that, you're not going to get the full experience. You'll need to put in a little bit of reading, a little bit of research before you can use the device to its full potential. Let's see, the max of 5.5 volts, that's a little low. For instance, the Cloudport T5, it can output at 9.3 volts. I would have liked to see it go a little higher than 5.5, considering it is a 100 watt device. I would have loved to use a 0.6, a 0.7 ohm build at 100 watts. Again, on the amount of technology in here, the interface to get to it, it's a little clunky. You kind of have to put in some work for it to get to where you're trying to go as far as the menu goes. Sometimes things can reset on you, things like that. Not terrible. Not like the gravity sensors or things like that. I hate those. As far as getting anywhere you want to go. But it's worth noting. And finally, just one little thing that I noticed is right here on the back, right where the cover comes off. It's a little rough on the edges. I've actually almost scratched myself on that a couple of times just because I like play with it, stuff like that. Again, not a big thing. I could take a piece of sandpaper to it or something like that and it'll be fine. But it, again, worth noting, just as something to be aware of. All in all, the Gi2 has been a pleasure for me. It's really really the future of vaping, I think, with the kind of screen that you have here and the technology that's in it to give you some serious accuracy in your vaping. I would definitely say this is a very good device here. I wholeheartedly recommend it. If you want some more technology, more accuracy than some of the other 100 watt box mods coming out on the market today, the Gi2 is your best bet. This has been a review of the Gi2 mod, and I give it a thumbs up. I like it a lot. And I think you will too. It's a good little device. Until next time, this has been Zach with Rider Reviews. Let's keep on vaping.